So in addition to having access to the state-of-the-art equipment that we have in our studio, the fabrics and so forth, they also have the assistance of my team, in particular two of my machinists who I think they've each been in the sewing business for 40 years, and they've worked for as many high-end designers that I've worked for, and to be quite frank, they know far more than me about sewing, so I trust them implicitly, and they're very kind women that will guide the designers to make the right technical decisions to produce the best quality work.
Outside of fashion, so I tend to have very nerdy hobbies. I love reading, and also I like cooking, and the thing which I enjoy the most is visiting museums. That's where I get my inspiration from, especially the V&A is closer to where I study as well. I tend to go there all the time to look at fashion from the eras, and I think the exhibitions which it has, so I tend to spend a lot of time in museums.
Outside of work, I enjoy doing anything that involves a new experience. So whether that is something sporty or music, jazz, going to museums. Yeah, but essentially everything I do revolves around fashion anyway. So it's both my hobby and my work. I do not like working with jersey. I don't work with jersey. I don't like working with jersey. So I'm like stuck. And I don't know, because I don't know, to be able to be a good designer, you need to know how the fabric behaves. And I'm not used to knowing how jersey behaves because I always stay away from it.
So I want them to approach this project like they were doing it for a client, so their time management is key.
I feel like I'm progressing well. I don't want to jinx myself. Just taking it steady, really making sure that I'm taking my time with the process. When designing the tracksuit, I feel like I've based it around how I felt being out in the cold and the rain, and what I'd like to have thrown on over sort of wet clothes or over whatever's under your shooting jacket for the day. But still with that sense of it being quite sleek and quite modern, with a little bit of a feminine touch as well. I come from a background in women's tailoring. I work with a lot of tweed, a lot of wovens, so the crossover into more jerseys, more stretch is definitely something that is a little bit more alien to me.
Cool. All right, guys, 1 hour left.
I feel like in London, there's like a lot of things to do. There's a lot of culture. I'm not saying there's like not a lot of culture in Houston, but it's quite like, London's quite a busy city. There's always something to do, always places to go. Just a different culture, kind of melting pot. Originally, my background is in architecture. I got a BA in architecture and MA in architecture, and I was always like obsessed with fashion. So I would always like listen to podcasts and stuff like that, like while I'm at work doing my architecture work, and that's what kind of drew me to London to study fashion. American football, my hometown team is Houston Texans. They're kind of like, it's a hard team to be a fan of. I'll go on record saying that. But what else? I'm kind of like into history, like just learning different things and stuff like that. So
I think when I announced the challenge this morning, it was quite difficult to read the contestants, but I knew what I was doing as in terms of setting the challenge, and having interviewed them, I know what all of their capabilities are, and it was about trying to find a challenge that they could all get their teeth stuck into, even though some of them may never have done a tracksuit before. I didn't want them to create just a run-of-the-mill tracksuit. This has to be luxurious, good enough to be worn to the Met Gala, good enough to be worn to the Brit Awards or Mobile Awards. Oh, Salima, how are you getting on?
It's going okay.
Okay. Do you want to come over and have a chat?
Mm-hmm.
How's it really going?
The fabric is a bit difficult to work with,
Okay.
and I'm not sure that it's going to make the design that I had in mind.
Right.
So that's what's a bit tricky.
Okay.
Yeah.
how can I support you with that?
Maybe help with sewing, like putting the elastic waistband together, because it's quite hard to like control two different, like the scuba and then the actual elastic at the same time. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. How do you think in terms of whether or not well, we know you'll finish on time, but how do you think in terms of the timeline and what you've got left to do?
I think it can be done in time. I just don't know how it's going to look.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll get probably Mariya to assist you now, just to get you kind of moving along. What do you think you'll be doing whilst Mariya's assisting you?
I'm doing the sleeves of the jacket now.
Okay. Cool. So, Alex, how are you getting on there?
All right. Small little mistake, the pockets were just placed in the wrong spot, so I'm just unpicking them real quick, and then I'll sew the front and back, the trousers together.
Right.
After a grueling 24 hours, it is time for the designers to put down their tools.
How was it working with Maddie on her design?
I was working with Maddie. Okay. I finished her top event. And
was this Quilton?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it difficult to make?
No, just
took time.
Yeah, take time. Every time we have to take measure because
oh, just to balance this out. Okay, right, to look even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything was okay.
Okay.
I think.
How about for Rue? Was this you, Mariya, working with Rue?
We worked together with the shop.
Yeah. How did you find it?
It's too much job. It's difficult.
Yeah.
But looks very nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much job.
Because her theme is all about weaving, making new fabrics.
Yeah. That top have two right side.
Okay.
She have to turn to see because it's so interesting.
Right. So she's got reversible.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. The trousers were really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Jacket, yeah.
And then who was working with Alex?
Both of
both.
us.
Okay.
A little bit help. I help for the trousers.
Yeah.
She did the jacket.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. What was his theme? Can you remember? The theme. What was his concept?
The concept. Alex's concept.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he is very creative.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Yeah. I'll have to go back and ask him.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess he was working right up until the last minute, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. This waistband need of elastic.
Okay.
Maybe next time.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah. The lining is very nice color.
Yeah. And then this is Salima. Was it more for you, Mariya, on this one? Or?
I helped to her. I did the trousers, waistband, zip, and I finished it on the cover stitch machine. Hems and yeah, this is very nice. It's very interesting style.
Yeah, I know that she found it difficult working with this fabric.
Yeah.
I think she thought it was the wrong choice initially, but it's come out better than I think she thought. So.
This is very simple
Mm.
and very nice.
Yeah, it's very minimalist and
Yes.
it's clean.
Mm-hmm. Overall, they are very creative and young, very creative designers.
Mm. Yeah.